knows what I'm talking about.
Keep your face still.
Sorry.
You'll end up looking like George.
I never thought of becoming a circus performer initially. I was never particularly interested in traditional circus. I just like watching loads of animals parading around in stupid costumes. It just didn't appeal to me at all. But about 2 years ago, I started seeing new circus companies like Archaeos, Skinning the Cat, Chimera, and I looked at them and I thought, wow, that's really good. I really like that. And, you know, just something that really appealed to me so much. Guitar. We're about to go and do a procession in town with some local children. So we've put all our fancy clothes on. I'm just going to set up my guitar backpack and then we're going to go off.
Circus starts tomorrow, everyone! Roll up, roll up!
One day, a friend of mine who was a juggler who had started doing trapeze had strung up a static trapeze in an old church hall near where we lived, and she said to me, "Oh, I'm going to practice my trapeze, would you like to come along?" And I went, "Yeah, I'll have a go at that." And I got on it, and I just thought, wow, I love this! And I loved it so much that I had to keep getting on it. But it gave me the bug for performing the circus, and I started learning little bits of fire, little tiny bits of acrobatics and stuff. And then I actually made a decision thinking, this is what I want, I really like this is what I want to do. And I went down to a place called Circus in London, which is a training centre for circus skills, all sorts of circus skills. You can learn flying trapeze there, acrobatics, static trapeze, swinging trapeze, cloud swing, juggling, anything you like really. It's a really good place because anyone can go. It's also a place where you swap information, you get to know people, and in this line of work a lot of the things you get are through contacts. I mean, I got this job because Brett came down to Circus Space looking for something specific and everyone said, "Oh, you want Al?" So if I hadn't been there, I wouldn't have got the job.
We're looking for someone who is plastic to a large extent in that they can deal with lots of different situations. Obviously on the road, that's the main thing we look for, because in a circus, one is not just a juggler and one goes on and juggles. Unfortunately, one else has to help put the tent up, do the washing up, solve other problems. So it's someone who has an ability to work with other people and to chop and change with those different situations as we travel around. The other thing, obviously, is a level of skill and a level of experience in performance. Not just the skill itself, if they're a juggler or a musician, but the ability to go forward and perform and express themselves to the public clearly and with humour.
Circus performers come from all different kinds of areas. There's people who've learnt their trade on the street, doing street shows. There's people who've gone to circus schools in this country, of which there are, sadly, not very many. There's people who've learnt stuff at workshops run by circuses like Swamp Circus. The first test, if we can catch the first one.
Circus skills these days, they're used on telly, they're used in leisure industries, they're used in the health industry, workshops with young people, old people, people with learning difficulties. They're used in the youth service with young people, and they're used on the stage, and of course in circuses themselves, and street performers.
Yo!
Once you've got the tent up, you've got to prepare the space. This is a stage that goes down, which actually becomes our ring. Crash mats for training and for high stuff. All the aerial needs to be sorted out. Most of it goes up as the tent goes up, but I'm going to have to go up and sort the trapeze out in a bit because it's wonky. Music stage goes up over there. Seating goes up all the way around. Got to set up all the lighting and the sound and things, some of which has been done, some of which has yet to be done, so it's all graft from here on in until we get the place ready. It takes about a day, really, all in all. There is a lot of graft, a lot of really hard work. You get dirty, you get smelly, you get filthy, you have to hammer in stakes, you get covered in mud, you get cold and wet and miserable, you get overtired and stressed. Putting up and taking down of a tent is really hard physical work, and then suddenly you might have to perform like 3 shows the next day, and by the end of the day you're shaking, you're exhausted, you're sweating. The lifestyle of a circus suits my personality because I like adventure. You know, I like things to be different. I don't want to have the same routine every day, and you never have the same routine from one minute to the next in this game. I like travelling. I like being outside. I'm sure other people might find it difficult. The lack of sort of a stable base, the lack of sort of a feeling of home, whatever, but nomadic lifestyle suits me down to the ground. Living together on tour, you get a small group of 10 people who spend virtually all their time together. You've got to be pretty laid back. You've got to be able to get on with people, else it would just be hell. Personality-wise, it's best if you have, like, you know, a keen interest in yourself and you're prepared to look after yourself, because it is difficult to look after yourself on the road. There's an awful lot of preparation you have to do before you get onto a stage. My personal responsibility is to make sure that the aerial stuff is safe, that it's rigged in the right place, to make sure all the ropes are in the right places and all the climb-up ropes and the pulley systems are working so that the show can run smoothly. I've also got responsibility for the music stage and all the musical instruments, setting that up, making sure that everything's in the right place. So everybody has their own sort of areas of specialities. There's one person who goes on first, and they spend quite a lot of time on stage on their own. The rest of us are all there waiting to go on, so we can sort of hug each other and psych each other up and stuff. The best bit about this job is being in the air. There's nothing like being in the air. It's just using your whole body, using your mind, using your passion, your energy, using your emotions to, with New Circus, perform it more than just a physical skill, to perform it with some kind of theatre to it. So you have to draw on everything to make it good, and it's so fulfilling. I've got lots of ideas for shows myself. I'd like to get into more sort of physical theatre, adult type shows with New Circus skills, but I think I want to get more experience in what I'm doing, because I haven't been doing it very long. When you finish the show, if I feel I've done well, then I feel really happy. I feel really high, you know, full of energy. You can be really, really tired before a show and have, you know, wonder how you're going to get through it, but at the end of it you're sort of there, you're standing up and feeling strong, you've got a huge smile all over your face, and you suddenly get this huge burst of energy. It was good. It was a really good audience. I feel excellent. It's like, you saw me before and I was so tired, but now I just like, hit the sky.